Aux ordres. Formez les rangs. Vos ordres? Donnez vos ordres! Oui, chef! Minister has come back from his third and greatest journey, and he said
that the settlement of the Czechoslovakian problem, which has now been achieved, is, in my view, only the prelude to a larger settlement in which all Europe may find peace. This morning, I had another talk with the German Chancellor, Herr Hitler. And here is the paper which bears his name upon it as well as mine. Some of you perhaps have already heard what it contains, but I would just like to read it to you. We, the German Führer and Chancellor, and the British Prime Minister have had a further meeting today and are agreed in recognizing that the question of Anglo-German relations is of the first importance for the two countries and for Europe. We regard the agreement signed last night and the Anglo-German naval agreement as symbolic of the desire of our two peoples never to go to war with one another again. We are resolved that the method of consultation shall be the method adopted to deal with any other questions that may concern our two countries, and we are determined to continue our efforts to remove possible sources of difference and thus to contribute to assure the peace of Europe.
I am speaking to you from the cabinet room at 10 Downing Street. This morning, the British ambassador in Berlin handed the German government a final note stating that unless we heard from them by 11 o'clock, they were prepared at once to withdraw their troops from Poland, a state of war would exist between us. I have to tell you now that no such undertaking has been received, and that consequently this country is at war with Germany.
Prêt au départ?
You can imagine what a bitter blow it is to me that all my long struggle to win peace has failed. Yet I cannot believe that there is anything more or anything different that I could have done and that would have been more successful. Up to the very last, it would have been quite possible to have arranged a peaceful and honourable settlement between Germany and Poland. But Hitler would not have it. He had evidently made up his mind to attack Poland whatever happened. And although he now says he put forward reasonable proposals which were rejected by the Poles, that is not a true statement. The proposals were never shown to the Poles, nor to us. And though they were announced in the German broadcast on Thursday night, Hitler did not wait to hear comments on them, but ordered his troops to cross the Polish frontier the next morning. His action shows convincingly that there is no chance of expecting that this man will ever give up his practice of using force to gain his will. He can only be stopped by force. And we in France are today, in fulfillment of our obligations, going to the aid of Poland, who is so bravely resisting this wicked and unprovoked attack upon her people. We have a clear conscience. We have done all that any country could do to establish peace. But a situation in which no word given by Germany's ruler could be trusted, and no people or country could feel itself safe, had become intolerable. And now that we have resolved to finish it, I know that you will all play your part with calmness and courage.
Formez les rangs. Prêt au départ.
Mr. Speaker, on Friday evening last, I received His Majesty's commission to form a new administration. It was the evident wish and will of Parliament and the nation that this should be conceived on the broadest possible basis, and that it should include all parties, both those who supported the late government and also the parties of the opposition. I have completed the most important part of this task. A war cabinet has been formed of 5 members, representing, with the Liberal opposition,
Oui, chef.
the unity of the nation. The 3 party leaders have agreed to serve either in the war cabinet or in high executive office. The 3 fighting services have been filled. It was necessary that this should be done in one single day on account of the extreme urgency and rigor of events. A number of other key positions were filled yesterday, and I am submitting a further list to His Majesty tonight. I hope to complete the appointment of the principal ministers during tomorrow. The appointment of the other ministers usually takes a little longer, but I trust that when Parliament meets again, this part of my task will be completed, and that the administration will be complete in all respects. Sir, I considered it in the public interest to suggest that the House should be summoned to meet today. Mr. Speaker agreed and took the necessary steps in accordance with the powers conferred upon him by the resolution of the House. At the end of the proceedings today, the adjournment of the House will be proposed until Tuesday, the 21st of May, with, of course, provision for earlier meeting if need be. The business to be considered during that week will be notified to members at the earliest opportunity. I now invite the House, by the resolution which stands in my name, to record its approval of the steps taken and to declare its confidence in the new government. Sir, to form an administration of this scale and complexity is a serious undertaking in itself. But it must be remembered that we are in the preliminary stage of one of the greatest battles in history. That we are in action at many points in Norway and in Holland. That we have to be prepared in the Mediterranean. That the air battle is continuous. And that many preparations have to be made here at home. In this crisis, I hope I may be pardoned if I do not address the House at any length today. I hope that any of my friends and colleagues or former colleagues who are affected by the political reconstruction will make all allowances for any lack of ceremony with which it has been necessary to act. I would say to the House, as I said to those who have joined the government, I have nothing to offer but blood, toil, tears, and sweat. We have before us an ordeal of the most grievous kind. We have before us many, many long months of struggle and of suffering. You ask what is our policy? I will say it is to wage war by sea, land, and air, with all our might, with all the strength that God can give us. To wage war against a monstrous tyranny never surpassed in the dark and lamentable catalogue of human crime. That is our policy. You ask, what is our aim? I can answer in one word: victory. Victory at all costs. Victory in spite of all terror. Victory however long and hard the road may be. But without victory there is no survival. Let that be realized. No survival for the British Empire. No survival for all that the British Empire stood for. No survival for the urge and impulse of the ages that mankind will move forward towards its goal. But I take up my task with buoyancy and hope. I feel sure that our cause will not be suffered to fail among men. This time I feel entitled to claim the aid of all. And I say, come then, let us go forward together with our united strength.
Attention! Attention! Écoutez!
This was a great trial of strength between the British and German air forces. can you conceive a greater objective for the Germans in the air than to make evacuation from these beaches impossible, and to sink all these ships which were displayed almost to the extent of thousands? Could there have been an objective of greater military importance and significance for the whole purpose of the war than this? They tried hard, and they were beaten back. They were frustrated in their task. We got the army away, and they have paid fourfold for any losses which they have inflicted. Sir, when we consider how much greater would be our advantage in defending the air above this island against an overseas attack, I must say that I find in these facts a sure basis upon which practical and reassuring thoughts may rest. I will pay my tribute to these young airmen. The great French army was very largely, for the time being, cast back and disturbed for the onrush of a few thousands of armored vehicles. May it not also be that the cause of civilization itself will be defended by the skill and devotion of a few thousand airmen? There never has been, I suppose, in all the world, in all the history of war, such an opportunity for use. The Knights of the Round Table, the Crusaders, all fall back into the past, not only distant, but prosaic. These young men going forth every morn to guard their native land and all that we stand for, holding in their hands these instruments of colossal and shattering power, of whom it may be said that every Mr. Speaker, the disastrous military events which have happened during the past fortnight have not come to me with any sense of surprise. Indeed, I indicated as clearly as I could to the House that the worst possibilities were open. And I made it perfectly clear that whatever happened in France would make no difference to the resolve of Britain and the British Empire to fight on, if necessary for years, if necessary alone. I have thought it right upon this occasion to give the House and the country some indication of the solid practical grounds upon which we base our inflexible resolve to continue the war. There are a good many people who say, never mind, win or lose, better die than submit to tyranny, and such a tyranny. And I do not dissociate myself from them. But I can assure them that our professional advisors of the three services unitedly advise that we should carry on the war, and that there are good and reasonable hopes of final victory. We have fully informed and consulted all the self-governing dominions. These great communities, far beyond the oceans, who have been built up on our laws and on our civilization, and who are absolutely free to choose their course, but are absolutely devoted to the ancient motherland, and who feel themselves inspired by the same emotions which lead me to stake our all upon duty and honor.
Oui, chef!
We do not yet know what will happen in France, or whether the French resistance will be prolonged, both in France and in the French Empire.
Formez les rangs!
The French government will be throwing away great
Oui,
opportunities
chef!
and casting adrift their future if they do not continue the war in accordance with their treaty obligations, from which we have not felt able to release. The House will have read the historic declaration in which it is the desire of many Frenchmen
Parez!
we have proclaimed our
Bougez-vous!
at the darkest hour in French history.
Attention!
Union of common citizenship in its struggle. However,
Donnez vos ordres.
we go in France, or with the French government, or other French governments, we in this island and in the British Empire will never lose our sense of comradeship.
Vos ordres?
If we are now called upon to endure what they have been suffering, we shall emulate their courage. And if final victory rewards our toil, they shall share the gain. Aye, and freedom shall be restored to all. We abate nothing of our just demands. Not one jot or tittle do we recede. Czechs, Poles, Norwegians, Dutch, Belgians have joined their causes to our own. All these shall be restored. What General Weygand calls the Battle of France is over. I expect that the Battle of Britain is about to begin. Upon this battle depends the survival of Christian civilization. Upon it depends our own British life and the long continuity of our institutions and our empire. The whole fury and might of the enemy
Attention!
will very soon be turned on us.
Радушие от беспечности, от настроения мирного строительства, вполне понятно, что
Prêt au départ.
пагубно в настоящее время, когда война коренным образом изменила положение.
Prêt, chef.
Как жестко
Couchez-vous.
он ставит свои цели, захват наших земель, перед их нашим током. Захват наших военных нефти, перед их нашим трудом. Он ставит свои цели восстановления власти помещиков, восстановление царизма, разрушение национальной культуры и национальной государственности русских, украинцев, белорусов, литовцев, латышей, эстонцев, узбеков, татар, молдаван, грузин, армян, азербайджанцев и других свободных стран Советского Союза. Их аннулирование, их превращение в рабов немецких князей и баронов. И наведет таким образом о жизни и смерти советского государства, о жизни и смерти народа на свет. Потом быть народом Советского Союза свободным или даст порабощение. Нужно, чтобы советские люди поняли это, перестали быть беззаботными, чтобы они мобилизовались
Écoutez.
и перестроили свою работу на новый, военный лад, не знающий пощады врагов. Необходимо знание, чтобы в наших рядах не было места критикам и трусам, паникерам и дезертирам, чтобы наши люди не знали страха в борьбе, самоотверженно шли на нашу отечественную освободительную войну против фашистских проводителей. Великий Ленин, создавший наше государство, говорил, что основным качеством советских людей должно быть храбрость, отвага, признание страха в борьбе, готовность биться вместе с народом против врагов нашей Родины. Необходимо, чтобы это великолепное качество большевика стало достоянием миллионов и миллионов Красной Армии, нашего Красного флота и всех народов Советского Союза. Мы должны немедленно перестроить всю нашу работу на военный лад, все подчинить интересам фронта и задачам организации разгрома врага. Народы Советского Союза видят теперь, что германский фашизм неукротим в своей бешеной злобе и ненависти к нашей Родине, обеспечившей всем трудящимся свободный труд и благосостояние. Народы Советского Союза должны подняться на защиту своих прав, своей земли, против врага. Красная Армия, Красный флот и все граждане Советского Союза должны отстаивать каждую пять советской земли. Драться до последней капли крови за наши города и села, проявлять смелость, инициативную свободу, свойственную нашему народу. Мы должны организовать всестороннюю помощь Красной Армии, обеспечить усиленное пополнение ее рядов, обеспечить ее снабжение всем необходимым, организовать быстрое продвижение транспорта с войсками и военным грузом, широкую помощь раненым. Мы должны укрепить тыл Красной Армии, подчинить интересам этого дела всю свою работу, обеспечить усиленную работу всех предприятий, производить больше винтовок, пулеметов, орудий, патронов, снарядов, самолетов, организовать охрану заводов, электростанций, телефонные и телеграфные связи, наладить местную противовоздушную оборону. Мы должны организовать беспощадную борьбу со всякими дезорганизаторами цела, дезертирами, паникерами, распространителями слухов, уничтожать шпионов, диверсантов, вражеских парашютистов, оказывая волшебникам быстрое содействие нашим истребительным батальонам. Нужно иметь в виду, что враг коварен, хитер, помнит в обмане и распространении ложных слухов. Нужно учитывать все это и не поддаваться на провокацию. Нужно немедленно признавать суду военного трибунала их по своим паникерством и трусостью решали народу, не взирая на лица. И вынужденным отходом частной Красной Армии нужно уравнять весь подвижный железнодорожный состав, не оставлять врагу ни одного паровоза, ни одного вагона, не оставлять противнику ни килограмма хлеба, ни литра горючего. Колхозники должны угонять весь скот, и сдавать под сохрану с государственным органом для выручки в тыловые районы. Все ценное имущество, в том числе цветные металлы, и горючее, которые не могут быть вывезены, должно безусловно уничтожать. В некоторых враговых районах нужно создавать партизанские отряды, полные и пешие, создавать диверсионные группы для борьбы с частями вражеской армии, для разжигания партизанской войны всюду и везде, для взрыва мостов, дорог, общей телефонной и телеграфной связи, для поджога ЖСО, лагов, обозов, захваченных районах создавать невыносимые условия для врага и встречных особняков, преследовать и уничтожать их на каждом шагу, срывать все их мероприятия. Войну с фашистской Германией нельзя считать войной обычной. Она является не только войной между двумя армиями, она является вместе с тем великой войной всего советского народа против немецко-фашистских войск. Международной отечественной войны против фашистских угнетателей является не только ликвидация опасности, нависшей над нашей страной, но и помощь всем народам Европы, помощи достигнуть германского фашизма. Этой освободительной войны мы не будем одиноки. Этой великой войны мы будем иметь
Vice President. This is a talk on national security, because the nub of the whole purpose of your president is to keep you now and your children later and your grandchildren much later out of a last-ditch war for the preservation of American independence and of all the things that American independence means to you, to me, and to ours. Never before, since Jamestown and Plymouth Rock, has our American civilization been in such danger as now. The Nazi masters of Germany have made it clear that they intend not only to dominate all life and thought in their own country, but also to enslave the whole of Europe, and then to use the resources of Europe to dominate the rest of the world. In view of the nature of this undeniable threat, it can be asserted properly and categorically that the United States has no right or reason to encourage talk of peace until the day shall come when there is a clear intention on the part of the aggressor nations to abandon all thought of dominating or conquering the world. The forces of the states that are leagued against all people who live in freedom are being held away from our shores. The Germans and Italians are being blocked on the other side of the Atlantic by the British and by the Greeks and by thousands of soldiers and sailors who are able to escape from subjugated countries. The Japanese are being engaged in China, in Asia, by the Chinese nation in another great defense. In the Pacific Ocean is our fleet, a gun loaded with explosive bullets, economic as well as military. Frankly and definitely, there is danger ahead. Danger against which we must prepare. But we well know that we cannot escape danger or the fear of it by crawling into bed and pulling the covers over our heads. Germany has said that she was occupying Belgium to save the Belgians from the British. Would she hesitate then to say to any South American country, we are occupying you to protect you from aggression by the United States? Belgium is being used as an invasion base against Britain, now fighting for its life. And any South American country in Nazi hands would always constitute a jumping-off place for German attack on any one of the other republics of this hemisphere. We think of Hawaii as an outpost of defense in the Pacific, yet the Azores are closer to our shores in the Atlantic than Hawaii is on the other side. There are those who say that the Axis powers would never have any desire to attack the Western Hemisphere. This is the same dangerous form of wishful thinking which has destroyed the powers of resistance of so many conquered peoples. Let us no longer blind ourselves to the undeniable fact that the evil forces which have crushed, undermined, and corrupted so many others are already within our own gates. Your government knows much about them, and every day is ferreting them out. Their secret emissaries are active in our own and neighboring countries. They seek to stir up suspicion and dissension, to cause internal strife. They try to turn capital against labor and vice versa. They try to reawaken long slumbering racial and religious enmities, which should have no place in this country. And there are also American citizens many of them in high places, who unwittingly, in most cases, are aiding and abetting the work of these agents. I do not charge these American citizens with being foreign agents, but I do charge them with doing exactly the kind of work that the dictators want done in the United States. The experience of the past 2 years has proven beyond doubt that no nation can appease the Nazis. No man can tame a tiger into a kitten by stroking it. There can be no appeasement with ruthlessness. There can be no reasoning with an incendiary bomb.
Prêt, chef. départ. Paré.
This is the voice of freedom, General MacArthur speaking. People of the Philippines, I have returned. By the grace of Almighty God, our forces stand again on Philippine soil, soil consecrated in the blood of our two people. We have come, dedicated and committed to the task of destroying every vestige of enemy control over your daily lives, and of restoring, upon a foundation of indestructible strength, the liberties of your people. At my side is your president, Sergio Osmeña, worthy successor of that great patriot, Manuel Quezon, with members of his cabinet. The seat of your government is now, therefore, firmly re-established on Philippine soil. The hour of redemption is here. Your patriots have demonstrated an unswerving and resolute devotion to the principles of freedom that challenges the best that is written on the pages of human history. I now call upon your supreme effort that the enemy may know, from the temper of an aroused and outraged people within, that he has a force there to contend with no less violent than is the force committed from without. Rally to me. Let the indomitable spirit of Bataan and Corregidor lead on. As the lines of battle roll forward to bring you within the zone of operations, rise and strike. Strike at every favorable opportunity. For your homes and hearths, strike. For future generations of your sons and daughters, strike. In the name of your sacred dead, strike. Let no heart be faint. Let every arm be steeled. The guidance of divine God points the way. Follow in his name to the holy grail of righteous victory.
Attention! Chef! Prêt au départ? Écoutez. chef. Prêt au départ? Donnez vos ordres. Bougez-vous. Visez bien. Stop. Bouchez-vous. Gardez vos distances. Attention! Tir ennemi! Tenez-les à distance! Donnez vos ordres. Vos ordres. Oui, chef. Vos ordres. Vos ordres. On les repousse, chef. Prêt, chef. Paré. Prêt, chef! Prêt au départ. Prêt, chef!